So here are my 10 phrasal verbs on the subject of love and relationships. Now pay attention, because at the end you're going to get some homework. So, number 1, to go out with someone. Notice the stress is on the preposition out, to go out with someone. Of course it's transitive because you go out with someone. And it means to have a relationship, a romantic relationship with someone which is exclusive, meaning neither of you are seeing anybody else. Number 2, turn something over in your mind. This means to think about something carefully. It's transitive, so it needs an object, but it's also separable, so the object comes between the verb and the preposition. Notice how the preposition is stressed. Turn something over in your mind. Number 3, to tuck into some food, means to eat something really heartily. When you're so hungry, all you can think of is food, and then you get the food in front of you. So, this can also be transitive or intransitive. So, transitive when it needs the object to tuck in to some food, or intransitive when you might just say, everybody, just tuck in. It's a bit like saying, let's eat, like the Italians, mangiamo. Number 4, never look back. Notice the stress on the word back. And this means to achieve something and then be successful from that day on. For example, when you find the man or the woman of your dreams and you just never look back. And it's intransitive, so it's quite easy. Number 5, to break up with someone. Notice the stress on the up word. Now, this means to actually end a relationship. So it can be transitive or intransitive. So, for example, yesterday we broke up. That's intransitive. But it can also be transitive, meaning he texted me and told me he wanted to break up with me. Have you ever done that? Be honest. Shame on you. Number 6, to storm off. Notice the stress is on the preposition off. This means to leave a discussion or an argument and go to another place because you're really angry. For example, what did you say? How dare you? By the way, it's intransitive. Number 7, to put up with someone or something. Notice the stress on up, the preposition up. So it means to accept something about someone or something that you don't like. My husband, for example, snores all night long, but there we are. I've put up with it for years. And it is transitive. You need the object. Number 8, to mope about. Notice how the stress is again on the preposition about. This means to move around with no particular purpose from here to there, thinking about something you're unhappy with. Now this can be transitive or intransitive, so to mope about or to mope about the house. So for example, during lockdown, my friend just moped about thinking about her ex-boyfriend. Number 9, to move in with someone. So notice how the stress is on the preposition in. Now you can either move in or move in with someone. So it can be transitive or intransitive. So it means to start living somewhere else. So, for example, my son, he moved in with his friends from uni. No, he didn't. Moved in with his girlfriend. For example, my son moved in with his girlfriend from uni. Number 10, get back together. And yes, you guessed it, the stress is on back, the preposition. It means to start a relationship, a romantic relationship, again. And of course, it's intransitive. For example, I kept hoping we would get back together, but it never happened. To get on with someone. Notice the stress on the preposition get on with. And this means to have a good relationship with someone. But it can also mean the opposite, to have not such a good relationship with someone. For example, I don't get on with someone. Let me just say, for me, I get on well with my husband, but I don't get on well with my mother-in-law. She's always coming round and saying, Liz, why don't you do the shopping? Why don't you do the cleaning? Look at your curtains, they're filthy. So, as you can see, I'm always making these videos. But anyway, that's get on with. This can be transitive or intransitive. Transitive with the object, with someone, or intransitive. We get on. We get on really well. So now it's your turn. So I've written a little love story about Eric and Sue. And you have to fill in the gaps with the correct phrasal verb in the right tense, of course. So, off you go. Good luck. So now I'm going to read it for you so you can check your answers. Here goes. Eric and Sue were a couple, and they had been going out with each other for a few years. One day, Eric told Sue he was feeling unhappy and wanted to break up with her. Sue was very shocked. She always thought they were blissfully happy. They had a terrible argument, and Sue stormed off in a temper. She never wanted to see him again. She couldn't believe Eric could be so hurtful. The next day, Sue phoned her best friend Emily and told her all about it. Emily was very sympathetic and told Sue not to worry as Eric was a loser. And Sue had put up with him for far too long. Sue said goodbye and then began to cry. For the next few days, Sue couldn't get her mind off Eric and was moping about the house, just wondering what to do. She used to get on with Eric so well and couldn't stop turning it over in her mind. Sue became very depressed and as a result started eating too much. She often went to McDonald's and could be seen tucking into a Big Mac on a daily basis. Then one afternoon she ate 3 hamburgers. She felt very full and decided to leave. Then just as she pushed open the door, she saw Eric. She froze to the spot. Then Eric began to smile. He knew she would be in McDonald's and told her he had really missed her and wanted to get back together. Sue could hardly believe it. They kissed, and a week later she moved in with him and they never looked back. Don't forget, there's new lessons every week, so please do subscribe.